Welcome back to the Broken Tackle Show, the show where I'm really just going to vent all of my rage about fantasy football for the next, I don't know, 20 weeks or so. Caleb, I'm going to let you take it away from here. There's ginormous news. The whole world knows about it. Everybody already knows about it, but you're the Packers fan. So I'm going to let you just go ahead and say it and give your thoughts.
All right. Um, the Packers might elevate McCole Hardman for game day, so
That's not
we'll see
that's
what
not
they
the
do.
news.
Jaden Reed's foot not feeling the best, so we'll see if they elevate McCole Hardman or not for that game.
Um, I don't know. Was there like a big, massive trade or anything that happened?
Oh yeah,
Was there something that made you kind of like freak out?
oh yeah, Matthew Golden changed his number to 0, so that was pretty cool. First
The
player to ever wear that in Green Bay history.
No, you're right
this
on the money.
guy.
Right on the money.
Might have been another
Yep.
thing that happened.
You know,
The thing I'm thinking
Matthew
of,
Golden was talking to somebody that was just just recently acquired.
yeah, Packers just went out and traded for
Oh, I don't know,
the
Micah
guy.
Parsons, he's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
The
this
Micah,
guy.
excuse me, the Micah Parsons trade happens, and I'm sitting here the entire time. I am praying and hoping to goodness gracious of all above that that doesn't happen. I'm a Seahawks fan. I don't like the Packers. Packers don't like us either. But I specifically don't like them because, well, you're my friend and you like them. So that's just part of the whole entire thing there.
The whole
Get,
dynamic.
get yeah, and you guys getting him just kind of, it kind of almost solidifies for me the North for you is the NFC North is yours.
It's still going to
Um,
be pretty competitive, but I think
absolutely,
this elevates our chances greatly.
yeah. You guys only give up Rashawn Gary and two firsts.
Nope, Kenny Clark.
That's what I meant. I
Mhm.
meant Kenny Clark, and your D line doesn't get worse. It definitely improves. You got the edge now, it's solidified. Absolutely. Um,
I think they feel good about a couple of our depth for the D tackle position, which is why they dealt Kenny. I don't think the trade honestly happens if we don't feel good about our undrafted player Nazir Stackhouse. He had a great preseason and great camp, and they feel pretty good about him. So I don't think they would have traded away Kenny Clark if they didn't feel great about their current nose tackle situation. But that
absolutely.
Micah Parsons trade definitely opens up things for guys like Lucas Finesse, Rashawn Gary. Um, you know, the guys that we have on that D line. It's gonna open them. It's gonna open them up for a lot more opportunities than they have been having. So just to get to the quarterback and free up some rushing lanes because teams are gonna have to double Micah Parsons now. So Rashawn Gary will stop getting double teamed hopefully, and he had some good seasons not too long ago, but I think teams kind of figured him out, and he hasn't been putting up as many sacks as he usually has been. So this Micah Parsons thing, it's going to be a nice, fun duo with Rashawn Gary on one side and Micah Parsons on the other.
Yeah, no, I entirely agree. Like I was telling somebody at work the other day, and he's a Lions fan. But I was telling him, I was like, man, the Packers, they really only have one like major need right now. And it's not even I wouldn't even say major, but the only hole that they have is their secondary aside from Xavier McKinney. Like if they can just add, a couple corners in there, like this team's Super Bowl bound in my eyes. And I mean, I don't, like I said, I'm not a fan to say it, but I don't hate what the front office in Green Bay is doing.
You know, I was actually watching something yesterday about like predictions and stuff like that. And the one thing that Green Bay does and has been doing for quite some time is they keep typically the same team for countless years on end, and they keep the same coaching staff for more than 4+ years. So I think they got a great thing brewing right now in Green Bay, and hopefully they can take it to the next level with a secondary um, acquisition in the secondary.
You can
Let's
only draft in. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can only draft and develop players for so long. Eventually, you have to take some swings in free agency and make some trades, kind of get your team over that hump. Because drafting and develop works, but at some point you got to add some blue chip players. So
Take a look at Evan Neal on the Giants, for example. They drafted him. They thought he was going to develop really nicely. He hasn't really done anything developmental wise. Like they probably won't re-sign him once his rookie deal's up. Like he's just, I think he's viable right now, but like what Caleb was saying, like there's not, you can't always develop the guys into what you want them to be, into that
I was
Micah
gonna say
Parsons type.
like take a look at
you
the
could look
Rams,
at
with Matt Stafford. They traded for him, and then they traded 2 firsts for Jalen Ramsey, and they went on and they won the Super Bowl. So
and so you could say the same thing with Philly. I mean, we drafted Keely Ringo in this early second round 1 year, cornerback from I believe Georgia, and he's maybe 7th in cornerback depth chart on the team right now. That is gonna be a stud, and he's just not there.
Switching sides of the ball, not actually sides of the ball, but I'm gonna talk about my team for a second. We drafted Damian Martinez out of Miami. Um, and then it actually turns out he got beat out by somebody else in preseason. So we ended up cutting him, and our draft pick that we picked up, I believe it was like the 5th round or 3rd round. Um, he's not even on our team anymore. I don't know where he went exactly,
I
but
believe he's
stuff
just a
like that
free
happens all
agent.
the time. We also cut ties with Marquez Valdez Scantling, Packers legend. Um, and now he's actually over on, I believe, the 49ers practice squad, if not
Yes,
elevated.
he is.
I really hope he's not giving all of our playbooks to them. That would probably not be fun because we play them literally less than 5 days here. So that's just kind of like, I really like what Seattle did as well. Like Demarcus Lawrence, I know he's old, but he should be able to help out the defensive line a lot and kind of coach up like those younger guys like Derek Hall and Uchenna and Wosu. Um,
And Boye.
excuse me. Yes, and Boye. Secondary wise, I'm really pleased with what we have. Nikki Mawari is showing promise. Kobe Bryant, obviously there. Julian Love, I'm glad that he's working out really well for us, it seems like. So I'm really excited for the Seahawks defense this year to actually finally take a step up. It seems like Reek Woolen and Devin Witherspoon just can't really do everything themselves like I want them to. So I think they can play at a higher level. It's just a matter of doing it. Both of them got snubbed a defensive rookie of the year on their respective seasons there. So it'd be
You
nice to
know,
see them both take the next step.
regardless of your team letting go of a running back, I want to go jump on over to the Broncos real quick. They released Audric Estime. Philly picked him up, but that running back room for Denver I feel that's the only weakness really on that offense. RJ Harvey, they don't really know if he's going to start week 1. J.K. Dobbins, I'm sorry, he's just not. It's not him. I mean, he's too injury prone.
Definitely injury
And
prone.
Jaleel
He had a couple
McLaughlin
good snaps with the Chargers, but
and McLaughlin, he's just. I think he's like 5'7" as a running back. It's just too small. I
the
mean,
Deuce
you're
the,
not
the
you're not
Deuce
Barry
Vaughn with
Sanders.
disrespect is crazy.
I mean, he's not Barry Sanders. I mean, he's the greatest at that height roughly. But I don't know. I feel like that's the only weakness, and obviously, their defense is gonna be a standout this year again, like it has been for the last almost 10 years now. But yeah,
And something else that's like just been kind of nagging at me is this is the second year now that the NFL is doing this Brazil game. Last year there was like I don't know, people were saying how like sketchy and scary it was down there, which I
well, I
think
mean,
I think Brazil's a beautiful place. Depending on where
Where
you're
you are.
exactly at. Yeah.
Well, like a big
And
thing at that Brazil game last year was they don't like when people wear the color green, and they put only two green teams in NFL at that game.
Packers
So
literally
there's
being Brazil's flag's colors. So
Yeah, a little bit.
so there's a little bit of speculation on that game alone with the color coordination on it. But now,
exactly.
there ain't
Yeah.
no Gary teams, and it's just Chiefs and Chargers down there now. Which hopefully the field is what it was last year, and no hate to be that guy, but I hope Mahomes kind of gets knocked down to a realization on that field and maybe gets a little
I hope
dinged up.
not. I have him on my fantasy team, so
See. Oh man. I hope Martin Hampton just absolutely eats though.
Will Najee be back before that game on Friday,
he's good to
or is he
go.
still on the?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
fine. He was
okay,
fine right after the accident. They didn't want it to be safe.
okay. I was gonna say because Devon Achane, they don't know if he's gonna be back for Week 1 either. So it might be Ollie Gordon's time to shine
Tell you what,
Yeah.
this is gonna
for
be the
the first like
longest
week or two.
couple days of my life waiting to get today's Wednesday, and Green Bay plays in the late window, 3:25 Central Time versus the Lions. That's gonna be a long wait for me.
Yeah, which I'm mad about because Seahawks also play at that time and knowing the how the regional thing works, and they're going to show the Packers game.
Do the Seahawks
I
play
mean,
that time? I thought it was the Texans and um
no,
somebody
it's
else.
I think it's
Seahawks,
3-0.
Niners, Titans, Broncos, Lions, Packers, Texans, Rams as well.
Oh,
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
which that's another thing I wanted to point out too is that a lot of divisional matchups early on, week one here, almost half the league is doing it. You got the Cowboys and Eagles, and you got the Chiefs, Chargers, Dolphins, Colts, Panthers, and
Giants,
Jaguars. They're
Commanders.
not. They're not. But
Brian, how
yeah,
are you gonna
Giants,
react
Commanders.
if the Cowboys come out and beat the Eagles week 1?
That ain't gonna happen. They have no defense at
It's
this
just
point.
not gonna happen.
I mean, when I found out about the Micah Parsons trade, man, I was so happy about that. I mean, they took arguably
And they
the
take
best defensive player in the division and ship him out of it and put him into an even, I mean, quote unquote, harder division. All
they
right,
take that
cool.
money that they could have paid Parsons and gave it to Deron Bland, a 4-year, $92 million contract.
And Bland was hurt all last
Unbelievable.
year. I'm not worried about it. That cornerback room is so um binged up. I mean, Trayvon Diggs missed half the year last year. Deron Bland missed the entire year last year. Felt like so. I mean, having Devontae Smith and AJ Brown out there, let alone Saquon, I feel like we're gonna run circles around them, and our defense really hasn't even. We didn't even take a step back this past year. What we lost, C.J. Gardner Johnson.
Which is
Ooh,
true.
who
I feel like the Cowboys offense will be the Cowboys offense though. Like Dak's just always kind of got like a he can make things competitive for
in
sure.
the first 8 weeks or in first 5 weeks? Oh yeah, Dak's MVP win those first 5 weeks, but after that he drops down to a
After that,
average
he
QB.
hurts his hand or twists his ankle, and then it's over. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Cowboys
that's
are gonna
been
have
the
to
I don't.
main
heavily
thing.
rely on their offense this year. I mean,
I don't
and
know.
Oh,
Like
very
they
heavily.
have the personnel to do it with George Pickens, CD, Dak.
Right. You lose Zach Martin though. That
You do,
hurts for sure.
yeah, that definitely hurts
But I
the
mean,
offensive line.
right, retirement is retirement. All best wishes for him, but
I think one of their offensive line starters also had a season-ending injury in camp this year.
Tyler Guyton, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean,
Maybe
on
they should just rebuild. I don't know.
they should for sure. Jerry Jones. I mean, he's stacking picks right now. As of right now, he's got some
I
picks.
mean, like I was just
So
telling you guys yesterday, I think if Jerry Jones doesn't pay Dak or Dak doesn't have a good year, I feel like if they're one of the teams, to rebuild. You can go into Madden and rebuild them next year or something like that. I mean, because
I
George
mean, really,
Pickens,
you
his
could do it
contract's
now.
up at the end of the year, and who's their paid players right now? CeeDee Lamb and Deron Bland that are there at least the next 4 years
No
or at
thanks.
least 3 years. I mean, you can't really build a team off of CeeDee Lamb and Deron Bland.
They do get those 2 first-round picks from the Packers. However, now that the Packers are in that slate, they're not gonna. It's not gonna be good picks for the Cowboys. It'll be late round.
It'll be
Packers
pretty late, yeah.
Packers are pushing deep in the
But
playoffs.
I think they should probably just use the picks to turn around and, trade
acquire some
for.
talent.
Yeah.
I'd just say I would honestly
Go out there and
out
get some
with
young
them and
guys that you can solidify and build your team around, and maybe even get some collateral in the process. Like get some young guys that are kind of right on that step from having a breakout season with that first round pick, and get some like second round, third round picks as collateral from teams that may not do as well.
Back to the whole, don't know if Dak's gonna, be that guy. I feel like because they just recently acquired Joe Milton at the beginning of free agency, with a trade. I wonder if he sits behind him, Dak after this year, and because when's his contract up? A year from now?
I don't know the
I
exact
think so.
details about Dak's contract, but I feel
Dax,
like he signed
I
an
don't know.
extension not too long ago.
Mhm.
He might be. It might have been a 3-year, and he might be on. This might be year 3 for it. I think honestly
But
for that contract, but
maybe Joe Milton learns a lot from being Dak's backup, and Jerry Jones
maybe.
ships Dak out, and maybe wants to start Joe Milton for a year. And what's worst case scenario? They tank.
I just don't remember the last time. Like I guess in my lifetime watching Dallas Cowboy football, they've never had a subpar quarterback. So it'll be
That
interesting to see.
is.
It's been literally my entire life. It's been literally Tony Romo and Dak. That's it. So
Hmm. I mean, honestly, you could say the same thing with Philly.
no,
I mean, nah, Sam Bradford.
no,
We
you
had
can't.
Sam Bradford. We had Sam Bradford up in there
Sam
for a while.
Bradford, Carson Wentz, Nick Foles.
I
Like, yeah,
mean, hey,
you guys went through the ringer for a bit there, but
you can't hate on Carson Wentz. You can't really hate on Nick Foles
Carson Wentz was great. I
for a year.
truly don't know what
One.
happened. That one injury must have just completely ruined him because he was done
Oh,
after
it
that.
did. It did. But we got a couple first round picks from the Colts out of it, and it turned into some crazy stuff on the team. Now, I mean, it turned into Jalen Carter
Yeah, I don't know how they gave you first round picks
and
for a
Cooper
guy that wasn't
DeJean.
even starting. That's crazy. Those are crazy to me. Yeah.
No, we got it. I kind of want to go to the side of college football real quick. Um, Alabama lost to Florida State. Ohio State beat number 1 Texas. Caleb's arch nemesis beat Notre Dame. Miami beat Notre Dame. Maybe they'll win a natty
That's
in your
for those that don't know.
superstition.
That's the nemesis in NCAA at the moment and college football 26.
Yep.
That uh, they've been going back and forth. It's a whole rivalry right now. He's playing as USF, but yeah. I said to Caleb yesterday. I said, "Is Florida State back or is Bama done?" And the
I
answer is just
think
yes.
I think Bama's done. I mean, they're done for. I think
That
for
clip of that
years to come.
Bama fan flipping off the camera. That's that's all of Tuscaloosa right now.
I also want to go to another game. Iowa State versus Kansas State. Beat them. Um, this week we got the Cyhawk game on Saturday. Bill Belichick takes a 40-point loss to TCU.
Yeah, that was tough to watch.
It was,
A lot,
and
a lot of,
he
a lot
was
of hype.
he was wearing a Colorado Rockies headset. By the way, on the sideline. Don't know what they got going over there, but it's something. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. No, the Bill Belichick had a lot of hype coming around. And honestly, they don't have a horrible team. Like, really, they don't. But I knew TCU. wasn't a bad team either. They just seemed more set and sound, and Bill
More
Belichick
ready.
just shows he can't do anything without a 40-year-old quarterback. Yet again, I mean, Mac Jones, sure, they made the playoffs his first year, but after that, I mean, Bell's not a coach in the NFL anymore. He doesn't have Tom Brady and that whole entire slew of people to back him up. It's and his girlfriend too. I mean, I don't know what she's doing, but
I don't
she's on the
know.
sidelines, so maybe that's distracting for the players. Dude, I don't know.
Maybe, I kind of want to go off of Bill Belichick there for a second. I was again watching a video about that. Someone said, yeah, Bill might have lost by 40 points, but if you throw Saban in there, you probably lose by 60 with that same team. Yeah, I
I
can
mean,
see it
I don't know.
honestly.
College and NFL have been proven to be different
Quite
things.
a,
Just, I mean, there's plenty of talent both ways. Like, I don't know. I still think that like it'd be really interesting. The worst FCS team or the worst Division 1 team versus the worst, or sorry, scratch
the
that.
worst
The
NFL
best,
team.
the college football champions versus the worst team. If that just needs to happen, I feel like that would be crazy. I feel like the worst team though would still beat them by a lot.
Mhm.
Like the 0-16 Browns could have beat 2019 LSU. I just feel like that's possible.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole different world between the two.
More
Real quick.
news
Oh, go ahead.
in the NFL. Obviously, probably everybody in the world knows this one too. Travis and Taylor are recently engaged.
Ugh.
Will be
Wow. Don't.
Taylor Kelsey. Um,
Wait, she's changing her
whenever
last name.
There's
I
no way
believe
she's gonna
so.
change her last name.
Yeah, she
I
doesn't
mean,
change her last name.
and then there is speculation about her possibly being our halftime show this year.
They would do that, and it would be the Chiefs of the Super Bowl again. Oh my God, the script's out.
So I don't know if I'm gonna
Actually,
watch, the halftime show if she's there. I mean, don't get me wrong. She has some alright music, just not what I want to listen to on a Sunday night, hanging out with the boys, maybe rooting for my team or rooting for the Packers against the Chiefs. I just don't want to listen to Taylor, sing. I just want to sit there and yell at the TV, honestly.
nothing still tops the Dr. Dre and Eminem halftime show. But Caleb, you actually had a chance to read the NFL script. What does it say?
When did I have a chance to do that?
Oh, never mind. I thought you took a peek at it. Actually, I took the liberty of doing it for you. It actually
Okay.
says Seahawks go undefeated and win everything. So, with that, a little bit of a shorter show today. There's going to be one little tiny thing here we're going to do. No Weddle, unfortunately, today. I know everybody loves to do that. No NFL grid either. But real quick, for the primetime games, I'm talking Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday and Monday Night Football. What are your guys' picks? Here we go. First up, Cowboys Eagles on Thursday Night Football tomorrow. Less than 24 hours away from that. We'll be watching it at this time tomorrow. What do we got?
Obviously, my birds.
Oh,
All right.
Green for a
I
reason.
want to pick the Cowboys, but I'll have to go with the safe pick and choose the Eagles on this one.
Absolutely. I've also got the Eagles winning pretty handily. 24-7 is my final score. I don't see the Cowboys putting up 0, and the NFL is just hard to do it anyways. Chiefs Chargers Friday night. What do we got?
You can go first, Caleb, on this one.
Where is it at? Is that the Brazil game?
Brazil, yeah, Brazil game.
I
It is
think
the Brazil game.
I'm gonna have to roll with my second favorite team in the NFL here. I'm gonna have to pick the Chargers. I think this is what year 2 with Jim Harbaugh. Um,
Yes.
I think the Chiefs might have a Super Bowl slump. They, as we all know, they got kind of beat up in the Super Bowl this past year, and I think maybe, it could take them maybe a couple weeks to get back on track to be the usual Chiefs that they are. I would like the Chiefs to win just because I have Mahomes, and I'd like him to do good, but I also, I guess, have Martin Hampton on my fantasy team. So, but I think it's going to
You can
be
have an offensive showdown. That's what you
yeah,
can.
that
You
would
can pray for that.
that's what I would want to happen, but I honestly think it's going to be a defensive game, and I'm going to pick the Chargers. So I say they probably win by like 3.
Well, I should take the safe pick here, knowing the Chiefs, but I'm also going to go Chargers here. They have a top 5 defense on paper and
My
statistically, so
my pick is. I mean, okay, hear me out. They're in Brazil. Some weird things can happen in Brazil. They're closer to the equator. Hence, for some crazy voodoo magic, I'm thinking the black magic in the Chiefs follows them all the way down to Brazil, and the Chiefs are going to get the dub, 31-28 by 3, like Caleb said. Switching over, we'll actually go to Buffalo hosting the Ravens.
Buffalo hosting
I
the
think it.
Ravens.
I think it's
Hmm
going to be showdown of MVPs right here. I feel like the Bills edge out the Ravens here by a couple points, maybe a touchdown, but I just feel like it's going to be a Ravens Chiefs game from last year, week 1. Bills beat them by 1 or 2 points, and Josh gets the win streak going, start the year off good. Maybe even see Chiefs in the playoffs again.
If this game was later in the season, I would probably pick the
Huge
Bills.
implications, right?
Probably pick the Bills 100% of the time, but I think the Ravens are going to win this one. I think Lamar might be. I'm not saying this is what happened, but a little bit of disrespect for the MVP voting last year, and I think he's going to come in there to Josh
Hmm
Allen's house and kind of tear it up. Really, I mean, then the Ravens I think have a top 5, top 3 roster in the whole league, so I think the Ravens win that one. Probably, I'd say by touchdown.
And Ravens have been coming out of the gate firing on all cylinders. Um, just like week 1 recently, I believe. So like this year they got the Bills week 1. Last year they had the Chiefs week 1, and I want to say the year before that was
They had
the
the
Bengals
Dolphins.
week 1, or was it the Dolphins?
I think it was the Dolphins, and that was a very, very close game as well.
That
Lamar
was
had
yeah.
to come back.
That year the Dolphins did really good. So um, like the Ravens, they really can't catch a break on week 1, but they've come out of the gate firing. They fought through the adversity. I agree with Caleb. Lamar's going to be on a little bit of a revenge tour in Buffalo. It's going to be Ravens 17, Bills 10. Not scoring a whole lot there. Vikings Bears on Monday Night Football divisional showdown. Caleb hates both these teams equally. Probably the Vikings more so, since we have more Vikings fans in our friend group here. But Caleb, what do you got?
I was gonna say Jesse, you take this one away tonight, or take this one away right now.
Yeah, it's too late.
Okay. I actually haven't thought too much about this game yet. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Bears take this one. Really low scoring game. I think JJ McCarthy week 1. I don't know if he's gonna be totally comfortable. The Bears do have an all right defense. That's one thing that I can give them credit for is their defense is pretty okay, and I think they'll throw a bunch of different looks at a rookie quarterback that he hasn't seen before, and he might struggle a little bit.
Ben Johnson, new head coach. He's throwing some stuff.
Yeah, Ben Johnson, new head coach there. This one really could go either way though, but I'll take the Bears probably by 3.
I'm gonna take the Bears as well, just off the fact of don't know what JJ McCarthy can actually do out there. The Vikings also lost a couple positions in the secondary. They're out of Jordan Addison for the next 4 weeks, and JJ over the last few years, first few weeks at NFL, he's been honestly on the pup list, battling an injury. So I'm taking the Bears. I'm gonna take them in a blowout win, 28-7.
Crazy.
Okay, blowout win is crazy. We'll come back to you next week with the actual like I guess we'll do like what they do on ESPN or whatever they do, like the records for all of us and what our primetime picks were. I'm gonna say that JJ McCarthy has some quote unquote rookie pains here in the first game. It's the actual first game starting in the NFL. So I'm still gonna take them winning 21-14. Not a high scoring affair, but some points here and there for sure. Ben Johnson, I believe he's gonna do a really good job with the Bears this season. Their offense should hopefully take that step forward. Defensively, I think they have a lot of really good cats out there. So hopefully they can put things together. But I think the Vikings are just going to be too much for the Bears to stop though week 1. There we have it, guys. So
I
next
want to say
week,
one more thing real quick
go ahead.
off the Bears. And in preseason, looks like a very good gadget player for the Bears this year is going to be Luther Burden, off of what Ben Johnson has been doing with him in the preseason. So I would be expecting a pretty good game from Luther Burden week 1. Just like they used Jamison Williams.
Well, there you have it, guys. So, oh yeah, that's actually another thing too. Keenan Allen back on the Chargers. We'll see what happens there on Friday. But
Okay.
that's gonna do it. Like I said, it's a shorter episode this week. Next week we'll be back on probably either Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll go over what happened. We'll tell you what our picks were, what our picks are. And it'll probably be a little bit longer. We'll probably have the Weddle. We'll probably have the NFL grid, depending on time. We all have lives outside of this. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.